blah. Ah!
Which script is this again? Oh, right. What's up, everybody? Rogue Ren here with another discussion video about VTuber tech that will probably somehow warp into being about Linux because I have an obsession. Let's just call it what it is. And in fact, the topic for today actually does relate to both Linux and my little side project, Open VTuber program. If anyone has a better name, please let me know. I came up with the name because it was think of, and it's extremely basic and boring. Please, I need better ideas, and I am more than happy to steal them from someone else. So what are we talking about? Ulip Sync. Most of you probably have no idea what that is. So Ulip Sync is a Unity asset for making real-time mouth shapes in a project. It was recently created with shapes for AEIO. I gotta let the cat out. Likes to scratch on my chair. I don't understand why. The second I start recording, she was just laying in her cat tree until I started recording. So Ulip Sync is a Unity asset for making real-time mouth shapes in a project. It was recently created with shapes for A, E, I, O, and U, which means it can make your VTuber model make mouth shapes when you make those mouth shapes whilst talking. It doesn't have any dependencies like the Oculus mouth shapes. It doesn't have any dependencies, so unlike the Oculus mouth shapes most people have been using, it can be created for any platform instead of just Windows. Granted, that's not a huge use case, unless you are me and you're obsessed with a platform that's not Windows. But this makes it perfect for Open VTuber program as an alternative for mouth shapes. As soon as I figure out how the hell to add it. Anyway, let's check out the GitHub page and see what all we have to work with and how it can be implemented into Open VTuber program and see if I can get it installed. Probably not though, that's gonna take a little while. Okay, so here we are over on the GitHub page for Ulip Sync. We're going to take a look at it. I'm gonna go ahead and download it, and after this video, I'm gonna try to attempt to put it into Open VTuber program. I'm not gonna record that because it will literally just be me sitting there looking at videos, trying to figure out how to do this. But anyway, let's check out Ulip Sync and let's read what it's about. So Ulip Sync is a Unity asset to do real-time lip syncs, now supporting A, I, U, E, and O. That is not the order I would put them in. A, E, I, O, U. Fast calculation using Job and Burst compiler. I actually don't know what those are. No native plugins, no dependency. That's the important part. There's no dependencies, so you can use it for anything. So this is it in action. That looks really freaking cool. This is really freaking cool. I'm so excited for this, actually. Oh my god, I can't wait to figure out how to implement this. I've created this asset using Unity 2020.1.17 F1 on Windows 10, not tested with other versions and operation systems yet. Burst and Mathematics should be installed in the package manager. So I'm assuming I'm going to need both of those installed in my Unity project in order to use this, which that'll be really interesting to see how to install those. Now, the issue is I'm developing this on Linux, and the latest version of Unity on Linux is 2019 I forget. It's one of the 2019 versions, not the 2020 versions. So that might be an issue. I don't think it will be, but it might be an issue. And if that's the case, then I may have to move development of this over to my Windows install, which I really don't want to do. Because if I can get it working and compiling on Linux, it'll work on Windows without an issue. But if I can get it compiling and working on Windows, it won't necessarily work on Linux. I'm mixing stuff up. Get started. Download the latest package from the releases page and add it to your project. Attach Ulip Sync component to the game object that has the audio source and plays voice sounds. Okay, so I gotta add... Oh! I don't have an audio source in my project. Guess that's another thing I'm gonna have to add to it in order to get this working. But I don't think that's that hard. I think that's just one thing you drag and drop on there. So this is gonna be our menu within the editor. I am eventually going to create a a menu where you can adjust vowels, and you can choose man, woman, create. Well, actually, I guess not the create, but I'm just gonna do. I'm actually gonna rename them to masculine and feminine. So it's less about the character's identity and more about just what your voice sounds like. If your voice is deeper and sounds more masculine, you choose that one. If your voice sounds higher and more feminine, you choose that one. I feel like that just makes it easier than saying man, woman, because we all know there are people that don't fit into either one of those, and shit gets confusing. So I feel like just going off the sound of the voice, masculine or feminine, is an easier option. And then I'm gonna have the sliders so that you can adjust each vowel. So at the end of the day, I guess it really doesn't matter whether I have these. I guess I could just exclude these altogether and just give you the sliders and just pick one of them as the default, and it doesn't matter because you can adjust it. And I'll find some way to let you save your presets or something. Attach lip sync blend shapes component to the game object of your character. Set parameters of the component. Checking find from children helps you find the target skin mesh renderer and blend shapes of the character's mouth. Okay, so I'm guessing I'm gonna have to create a C# script in order to automatically do all of these parts when you upload your model. Or a Python script to do it. Either one of those would probably work. I think C# is what I'm going to need to use because Unity is coded in C#. I know it can use Python components because my face tracker that I use in it, OpenCFace, was coded in PyTorch, which is a derivative or variation on Python. I'm not exactly sure. But it can use that fine. Or it can read from that fine, I should say. I guess it's not actually using it, it's just reading from it. Register lip sync blend shapes on lip sync update to lip sync in callback section. Okay, so this is just full-on instructions exactly on how to get it working. Choose profile for man or woman in lip sync profile section, and then you use it. Components: lip sync blend shape, lip sync microphone. I guess this is going to become your microphone input source thing. It's going to direct any audio input to this component. And then from this component, it'll do these things. It'll create audio clip that plays mic input and sets it to audio source. Please attach this component to the same game object that has lip sync. Okay, well, I'm glad there are these very, very detailed installation instructions, so I can actually read through these and get it working. Hopefully. Parameters. We've got all the settings that we're gonna have, and I'll have to make a menu in order to let you adjust these. For starters, I'm just gonna get it in there, get it on working on the default settings, and then I'm gonna put that version up, and then I'm gonna work on the menu later, just so that there is a functioning version with blend shapes. God, I'm gonna have to learn so much C#. And then after I learn enough C# to do this, I need to also learn Python and stuff. Learning programming languages is hard as
advertiser-friendly language.
Profile. lip sync detects frequencies of the first and second formats from the short sound inputs and guesses the vowel from them. Okay, that's kind of cool. So yeah, no, you got a little chart where it's trying to figure out what each vowel shape is. I'm assuming that they've done a ton of samples so that an AI can figure it out, or machine learning, I guess. The frequency of the first format and the frequency of the second format. Okay, so that's what the F1 and F2 things are in your settings for each shape. I'm probably going to want to find a more user-friendly way to label those than AF1, AF2, because people are going to be confused. What is F1? What's F2? Does this only feminine voices? What if I'm a guy? And that just feels confusing. So I may just call it A frequency 1, or put a little note that says F1 equals frequency 1, F2 equals frequency 2. I don't know. I'll figure something else. Tips. Typical frequencies are written here. Visualizer, settings. Got callback. This is the code for it. Oh my god, this is so in detail. I really like how detailed this is. Oh cool, we've got a little thing here. So it shows you, as it's hearing stuff, it's jumping around trying to figure out what vowel shape that is. And you got a little visualizer for it. That's nice. Examples include UnityChan assets. Release packages don't include them. We're not really using UnityChan. We're not going to bother with her because I'm using my 3D model for my project. And here's the licensee. It's the MIT license, so it is open source. But I believe the catch is that you have to include this license in it. So yeah, I'll just throw this in there with my project for the mouth shapes. But this is a really, really cool thing. I am really excited to try to implement this as soon as I can figure out how to do it. And yeah, this is really cool. I'm really excited for this. And if you look under the releases, it's actually still in pre-release. It's only version 0.0.2. So it's definitely like a beta version, but it looks like it works well. I'll have to implement it into my program myself to see just how well it works. But from the examples shown on the GitHub page, it looks really cool. My mouth is frowning. I don't know why. But anyway, yeah, this is going to be really cool. And I'm really excited for implementing this and trying it out in my program. So it seems like this will make the mouth tracking and animation much better in my program, which has been one of the biggest issues I've had, other than how to code a
Beep.
menu to add your own model. Until I was shown this, I had been searching everywhere I could think of to try and find a lip sync library of some kind that be. Up until I was shown this, I had been searching everywhere I could think of. Up until I was shown this, I had been searching everywhere I could think of to try and find a lip sync library of some kind that could be used outside of Windows with no luck. Fuck it, it's good enough. I'd found a few things that worked with pre-recorded audio, but nothing that could animate on the fly for a live recording situation. But with this asset, hopefully that'll be fixed. Hopefully the program will be updated soon, and I'll have figured out how the heck to make a menu so that people can actually use it and add your own model without basically recreating the entire project, which I do have instructions on the GitHub on how to do. If you do want to use it now, don't use it now. It's terrible. Follow it, check up on it, but don't use it yet. Wait for the update with these lip syncs, and then maybe start using it. The kind of weird thing with uLipSync is that it has an option for male and female. I don't know why those would be different, but I guess I'll make an option for which one you want to use in the program. There are gonna be so many menus. Part of the reason that this project is going to take so long is that I have absolutely no experience coding or Unity development until I started this, and even then, all I did was follow the instructions that VC Faces dev Miliana, link in the description to her channel, gave me to create the basic foundation of Open VTube program. Hell, I don't even know how to make models in Blender. This program has proven to be a massive challenge that, while I fully intend on completing it, seems like it's going to take drastically longer than I thought. And I was already expecting it to take quite some time before it was anywhere close to done. If you're watching this and you happen to know C# or how Unity works, I would welcome any advice you have for learning those things, as it feels like a monumental task just to get this started and off the ground. I have tutorials and YouTube videos to learn, but they can only do so much. If there are other tips and tricks you might know, I'd highly appreciate it. I'm hoping that within the next few months I can have a somewhat usable program, so look forward to that, but don't count on it, because again, I have no idea what I'm doing. But anyway, that's going to wrap up this video. Did you like it? Am I going on about stuff you could care less about? Let me know in the comments down below. And hey, while you're there, why not give the subscribe button a good click? It's not going to actually notify you of anything, but it does let you hit the bell so that you do get notifications. Leave a like if you want to see more stuff like this, or you just enjoy my face for some reason. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.